So I'm about to head off down to the south of England to pick up George, who has or is finally moving to the UK fully. He's my partner. We've been together 2.5 years now, but he's had a house in France all of that time, so he's had to go backwards and forwards between here and France. And relationships are always those things that teach us the most, aren't they? You know, we learn about ourselves so much through the relationships we have, and we're now embarking on a totally new aspect of our relationship, because for the first time in almost 3 years we're going to be having the option to actually be together and to live together, rather than having a long distance relationship, which is an entirely different thing. So it's all change. So I'm just taking a breather and walking Flynn. I don't know if you can hear the church bells in the distance, but there's obviously bell ringing practice going on. It's quite a nice sound, isn't it? So I've been busy this morning sending out some welcome packs for the Spiritual Self, which is a mentorship program that I'm running that starts in October, which is about working with spiritual development, so working with the aspects of spirit that we want to work with. But also very much looking at ourselves and our personal and self-development as part of our spiritual development. So really trying to balance out that aspect of developing within ourselves, for ourselves, supporting that development of with spirit, for spirit. And so welcome packs have gone out in the post today, which I'm really excited about, and I hope everyone really enjoys them. And looking forward to starting that programme in October. So the church bells are getting ever louder, but it's really something beautiful, isn't there, about that aspect of a country scene on a beautiful autumn day and the bells ringing in the background. I've just joined recently a new programme, a business school called Expansion, and that's really looking at developing my strategy and my plan and putting into action the things that I need to do to take my work forward in the way that I want to take it forward, which is to actually teach people not just spiritual development, but also to teach people how to teach aspects of spiritual development. And that's quite a big thing, but it's interesting once you start to move into the bigger picture or your bigger vision, and you start to broaden your thinking, and you start to broaden the way that you're thinking about the work that you're doing and the way that you're taking that work. Suddenly what happens is that the limitations that you place on yourselves and the limitations that you allow your mind and allow your work to move in, they start to come down. So as soon as I started to think seriously about the direction I wanted my work to go in. As soon as I joined Expansion and I took that action and took that step to say, well, I am going to work in a different way. I am going to broaden the way that I'm working. I am going to put a program together to support people that actually want to teach spiritual development. It was like the floodgates just opened and all sorts of different ideas and different concepts started to come into being. So sometimes when we're looking, I think, at what we want to do and how we want to do it and where we want to go, and we constantly, well, we don't constantly, but we sort of go round in a little bit of a circle, don't we? And we think, well, what direction is the universe opening to me? And which path should I take, or how do different things come into play? But sometimes it's actually us that has to take the decision and has to take the action and has to take the step to actually move into a different vision, a different aspect of our work, a different aspect of ourselves. And it's us taking the step that then creates the pathway that we're going to walk down. So rather than us waiting for the pathway to reveal itself, the pathway reveals itself just as we're about to take that step onto it. So wherever you are, whatever you're waiting for within life to happen, however you're trying to move something forward, if you can't see that way forward, then what step do you need to take? What do you need to do within yourself or within your work or within your life to move things in a different direction? And what one step can you do to do that? Because doing that one step might actually reveal the path that's there for you, but you won't be able to see until you move into that different energy, that expanded energy.